All right. First off, I want to say Kal Halal Milah, Yehovah, Bahashem, Yehoshai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways doing this work in all sincerity and in all honesty. The sisters, the believers, the helps. Shalom. Now, this is your brother Yawahala from the Kingston, Jamaica camp. And we have brother,
Zach.
right? And we just want to do a lesson basically on money fails before your eyes. You see me? Because now everybody realizes that money, when them put them trust in her, when them put them hope in her, you understand me? Their so-called backbone of society is failing before them, yo. You understand me? Which was always set up to fail. You understand me? When you look up the definition of money, it goes the paper money that we use today actually goes back to what they call fiat currency. You see me? It just means fake money. It holds no value. The only value it holds is the value that they assign to it. Otherwise, from that, it has no value, yo. You understand me? If
Can I get the fiat one?
Go ahead, bro.
All right, fiat. This is from Corporate Finance Institute. So, what is fiat money? Fiat money is a currency that lacks intrinsic value. Look up intrinsic value. Um, intrinsic. Intrinsic value is a measure of what an asset is worth. This measure is arrived at by means of an objective calculation or complex financial model. Intrinsic value is different from the current market price of an asset. Intrinsic basically is supposed to go back to belonging naturally, essential. That's what intrinsic mean, right? Something
Mhm.
or essential, something that have weight, meaning, right? So about
Yeah.
fiat currency is what is fiat currency? Fiat money is a currency that lacks intrinsic value, say like natural value, and is established as legal tender. What is legal tender? Let's get it real quick.
Mhm.
Legal tender means coins or banknotes that must be accepted if offered of in payment of a debt. Basically, this determined by the state. From Wikipedia, it's a legal tender is a form of money that courts of law are required to recognize as a satisfactory payment for any monetary debt. Each jurisdiction determines what is legal tender, but essentially it is anything which, when offered in payment of a debt, extinguishes the debt. Right? In other words, if I'm on the side to pay with well, the state determines what pay you.
Exactly. So it basically I tell you say yo, a debt is something where you owe something. So you take food, you take something to eat, transportation, any little thing at all. And a man look one and say, yo, where you gonna pay me for the service? You're indebted to him. And you can use this as a form of debt payment. It's just simple transaction. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically what it is. But the main hitting point is the brother bring out is that it don't have anything to back it. Where the definition say a fiat currency don't have nothing substantial or anything.
Yeah, intrinsic value.
It not intrinsic value. So basically, what I'm tell you is it not have no rare material or substance to say, yo, this is what it's worth. Which, if you go back to the root of that or the history of that, you understand me? It was backed by gold
Yeah,
standard.
it does say it actually. So back to what is fiat money. It says legal tender by government regulation. Traditionally, currencies were backed by physical commodities such as silver and gold, but fiat money is based on the credit worthiness of the issuing government.
Exactly. Credit is basically debt. If you understand what credit is, it's just debt. It's just me telling you that, what's your credit like? How good are you in debt? That's it. You understand me?
Or to pay a debt.
Exactly. You understand? So basically, they're saying because if you understand right now, the closest place you can relate to what people universally people can understand is the British pound. When you check the pound, it's actually a pound of sterling silver. You understand me? That's what it was backed by. 1 pound was actually a pound of sterling silver. You understand me? So when you look up the history of money, you realize that money was actually backed by something substantial, and they removed that standard, that gold standard. No money is held by a promise. No money is held by debt.
I think in 1971, President Nixon removed the US dollar from the gold standard. So before that, it was backed by the US dollar. And it's the reason why it was called IOU note.
Yep.
So it was a promissory note where you can go redeem at the bank, for put real gold.
We'll get into some scriptures also get history behind the money. I'll show you why society is the way it is and where it will lead to. You see me? That's something I get, bro.
Yeah. It says scripture speak about him that build him house on thick clay.
Oh. No, let me get it to you.
In Korea, there will look like I even have a book. All right. Habakkuk 2 and 6.
Yeah, 4 and 6, yeah.
All right. So this is let me see. I started at something at 4. It says Habakkuk 2 verse 4. It says, but behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. And this is the when it he or his soul is lifted up in him. It's not upright in him, referring to the so-called white race, because these could them rob the world. But this will fiat currency and fractional reserve banking system, which was meant to fail. It was built on debt. So you go on and say verse 5. Ye also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keep it at home. When enlarged his desires as hell. So he never kept at home, employing at every single country. Well, scripture say, the earth is given to his at the hand of the wicked.
Yep.
And it's wicked as corrupt banking system, which you have central banks and basically push forward fiat currency, which is fiat money, designed to fail. It's the reason you have hyperinflation or inflation in general. Your money lose value. It says, and is as death and cannot be satisfied. So him consume the whole world, and now he might collapse the whole world economy. They push for even people in further enslavement and having no form of wealth by giving digital currency. Right? It says that's why Klaus Schwab or whatever that crack name say year 2030 you'll own nothing and be happy.
Yep.
Happy part of lie. When I'm plan to take away everything from your body. He says, but gather it unto him all nations, and heap it unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? Unto him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Right? I want to look up the word thick clay. It's which I even read. Thick clay. Go back to the Hebrew word. Batiam. Yeah, that's it. Batiam. And it says weight of pledges, heavy debts. Right? One to him that laden himself with heavy debts, and the system is built on debt.
Yep.
Understand?
And so them call it a credit system. You see me?
Mm-hmm.
America lives off of that. You get me? What them do? You have a thing what them call credit score. And if you don't have a good credit score, you can't get you're not gonna get anything. And basically, credit score is basically how well are you in debt? How well are you to go in debt and pay off your debt and be a good servant to your master? That's simply what a credit score is. Go ahead,
All
bro.
right, have a quick one. This is fractional reserve banking. Can we use these terms, but whenever we win with them, so we don't really bring it to like definition and so forth.
Mhm.
But this is from Investopedia. Fractional reserve banking, right? Which that's how the world is set up right now. Right, like the one that collapsed the other day. SV Silicon, where the whole says fractional reserve banking is a system in which only a fraction of bank deposits are required to be available for withdrawal. Banks only need to keep a specific amount of cash on hand and
Mhm.
credit loans from the money you deposit. So, for example, I think it's 10%, if I'm mistaken. If me deposit $100 in the bank can keep my deposit and basically lend out one loan for 10% and be basically $1,000.
Mhm.
And then them charge an interest on that.
Yep.
But the bank actually get for them digital, basically it's just digits at the end of the day. Get for them digit from in the US, them get it from the Federal Reserve. And then the Federal Reserve link the US mint and say print this, which the Federal Reserve actually collect interest on for them own as well.
Yep.
In other words, the amount of physical currency out there, like paper money, not exist to pay the literal debt on, if I call it on record, digitally. So illegal
Exactly.
fail, and each time when them reach a limit, them call that's why even the US them constantly rising the debt ceiling, you know, right? They just borrow more money upon the current amount of money when them have.
Yep.
So they basically raise it. Oh, man, we $1 million. Oh, next time we will get $2 million. Next 3 million. It's the same thing taking place right now. Basically, bank bailouts, but you can only kick the can year far down the road. It says that fractional reserves work to expand the economy by freeing capital for lending. But hold on, because at one, as the other saying, all life, all them have to come to roost.
Can.
So I
Because
mean, small understand what it is. Sorry.
because right now, everybody, are frenzy because of what happened in the US now and the US banks. You understand me? Right now, even on Twitter, here a person say, "Oh, run to the bank." You see me? Run to the bank, get your money out. First thing on Monday, US banks are in trouble. If FED emergency meeting, the deposits may get locked. Possible withdrawal limits. When markets collapse, your bank deposit that US banks use to invest may be in danger. Cash is king. Get it out now. And that's the thing. That's why they want to make cash obsolete and have a digital currency. You understand me? And just like what the brother read a while ago, yo, the bank will take your money and have just a fraction of it. And just lend out the rest. Or just lend. Say, yo, them have more than what them get and lend out more than what you give them. You give them $100, them lend out $1,000. You see me? Just an example. And that's $100 them have. And that's how them go for make a profit. You understand?
And the thing is, with the whole pandemic and so forth, a lot of people are default on their debt. So the bank and digit, basically have a lot of defaults, and by that, them a default as well upon what them supposed to have to pay back, wherever them get the money from when the US basically is the Federal Reserve. So it's like a lend from, and each time another person will receive it, by one man default, actually cause the next man for default, cause the next man for default. And it's like a domino effect that take place.
Until somebody have to come in Somebody have to come in and pay off all of that debt there, and then they become the new owner. You see me? So you have one who say, yo, just in. FDIC says it will pay unsecured deposits. So like unsecured depositors at Silicon Valley Bank at a percentage of their deposit as an advanced dividend or dividend. You see me? So in a case like this, them basically become the owner of a failed bank, a bank that crash, and this is happening all across America. Most Americans, even just in a January, the Bank of America, people are seeing negative balance in them bank, in the bank account. What them do? The first thing them do, them want to draw their money. You see me? And when them go to draw the money, no money is there. And when them talk to the teller tell them say, yo, them need to call customer service. You see me? Things like that are happening in front of our people's faces, yo. We can get a precept on this. All right, this is Psalms 52. Psalms 52, verse 7. Lo, this is the man that made not most high his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches and strengthening himself in his weakness. You see me? So what you do, you put yourself, you put your trust in our money, money will actually have no value, will have no use. You understand me? And forsook the Most High. You understand me? Hence why the scripture refer your riches as weakness. Because when they accumulate all of this money, when they look tomorrow, the bank say, yo, we don't have the money, hyperinflation kick in, or the bank say, yo, it's a regular problem, you can't get back your money, and you're there like a headless chicken, you can't do anything, yo, because they own it. You just use it. You understand? And them print it, and them tell us it's illegal for use, and them tell us $100 and put 1 0 make $1,000, that has more value than this. You understand me? They make the rules, not you.
Fine. We have one.
Go ahead.
This is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 21, verse 8. He that buildeth his house with other man's money is like one that gathereth himself stones for the tomb of his burial.
Yep.
These banks and the society in general is built on debt. Other man's money. You know, says it doomed to fail. I don't fear money, Bridget. You know, and it basically they call it now. You borrow upon usury. That's what the scripture call it, interest, you know, usury, which again the amount of usury will require to pay, but the money, you know, exists. So and the society hyperinflation can happen now, you know, and them a rise interest rate. Interest rate meaning say, yo, if you borrow $100 and the interest was 10% and you raise it to 12. So you used to worry about for pay $10 a year. Because them says per annum now, you know. Now you have to pay $12 on your loan.
Yep.
And term, not to mention hyperinflation will make the price of goods actually go up. So your spending power actually decrease.
Venezuela.
Yeah, but in Jamaica, kind of right now, everything will go up. So that's why you see these things happening right now. The money I feel it was built to fail. When I pre-design, it did half a fail. It don't make sense. And we are seeing the results of it right now, which ultimately when it was Esau actually a plan to set up another system. So this one was indeed intentionally set for fail, and we are seeing it a fail in front of us right now.
You see me? And it had to go like that. You get me? As the scripture say, yo, actually there's nowhere on earth where you can go now to escape this. There's no place where you can say, oh, I am free, I can do this, I can live this. There's no way of doing that. You get me? Because the scripture tells us that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. You understand me? So Esau have full control anywhere you go, whether in Europe, you see me, Africa, South Africa, wherever you go, there's a monetary system built and designed to fail. You see me? the whole barter system where you trade. When me have a cattle and so I want this from you, I give you that. You see me in exchange of that. You get me? Or I have precious commodities like gold, silver, gems. You see me? Diamonds or anything like that. And you trade it for whatever you want. That cut out Esau. Esau would do that at the top. But you down here say you can't do that, yo. You understand me? When you usually trade lands, or you buy a man piece of land for whatever you do, and you give gold and silver for that land. Nowadays, it's not so. You understand me? A prime example was a bride price. Basically, when I buy a woman, how much the scripture say? 50 shekels of silver, don't?
Well, it is state if him the we call it grape art.
And they still buy. You see
Yeah.
me?
Because it varies. Cause I remember some they pay different when you Jacob. Him
Yeah,
never
can.
you see
You
me.
see me? But
But,
me just
if
show
you
you an
want
example of Salakia, go ahead, bro.
no go on, sorry.
But let us share the example of the money that was used back then. They say 50 shekels of what? Silver. You understand me? So it was actually money them time there. You understand me? Not what them I use now. You get me? This is you did have something, bro?
No, but just they mention when Abraham to buy the land.
Gone.
Abraham actually we the silver and gave the sons. I mean, remember the name of them personally. Is I mean, but it was
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
silver when Boaz was buying the land as well, and I think he get root with it or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
The silver and exchange boot and so forth in front of the gates, right? But then it was all silver. Abraham when it was when the scripture say him rich, cattle, gold and silver. Since we have recently now we have the Federal Reserve coming to being and start push for paper and I call it money. That's when he start scam the whole world.
Yep.
Cause
Got
even Rome, ancient Rome was literal gold or silver until them start plate the coins them with I think it was copper and them feed out the
I
gold.
think copper zinc.
You know, one of them. Basically scamming the other one.
Mm-hmm. You see me? And I see him think, no, you get me? He's well worse than back then. You get me? Esau now set up a system or I would say design for ultimately fail. And we see it fail. Today's society people are running to go get their money out of the bank because they must say, yo, look, the banking system is coming to a close. You see it a collapse. Much bank themselves closing in Jamaica out here, NCDs of a lockdown. Certain NCD sites are closed down and them are closed down more
And Scotia.
and Scotia. And ATMs are being broken into. You see me? And what them a do? Them a look for move from a paper society to a digital society. Which worse, if you move to a digital society, your money come like credit. Credit where you put on your phone, where you buy and put on your phone for make a phone call or anything. Anytime them want expired, them expired. You just get up and see credit run off and you say, yo, when credit run off, you call, oh, it's okay, you left your data on and it ran it down. And so simple things like that. Imagine that is happening to your actual money. You see me?
This is an article from the Jamaica Gleaner back in 2022. Um, so okay. It says in the Gleaner, March 17, 2022, it says National Commercial Bank has spent the last 6 months reorganizing some of its branches to take on heavy workloads while downgrading others to serve as banking agencies. In the lead up to financial giant's announcement Wednesday that it is closing another 5 branches. And
Yep.
because at the end of the day, things is going digital, so there is no need for you have record those branches where people come in and meet a teller and so forth. That's why you
Yep.
have the ABMs set up on ATMs.
And even those they're taking away too. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
Because Jamaica make it first legal tender for digital currency. You understand? So they have an agenda. This is Proverbs 11 and 28. He that trusteth in his riches shall fail or shall fall. So like that. But all but the righteous shall flourish as a branch. You see me? So basically, when you put your energy and your effort and your life in another society, you have to get rich. You see me? For grow wealth. You understand me? For have substance, it will come at a cost, yo, because you have to forsook the most side and gain riches for what? For them feet feel. For Esau take it back from you. We've seen this even in the big sea. People have them vehicles and so Esau just come and say, yo, we need this. You see me? Take away your vehicle. If you have a home or anything like that, lock you up in there, take you out from your home. You see me? The government can come and take from you because you own nothing.
Record the Club, sorry, deadline. This is the Jamaica Gleaner, dated October 28, 2020. It
Mhm.
says, sorry, Scotiabank going cashless at 6 rural branches, closing 2 others. And this was back in 2020.
Yep.
So all of them things there was going cashless. In other words, we no have no paper money how we bank. That's what they're saying. Cashless. Right. So these are things that has been brewing and we see it manifest right now. Right now in Jamaica, as I mentioned, we have Jamdex, you know. And all of this was leading up to the ultimatum. A digital currency, right? Worldwide. That's why the country work on what? CDBC, Central Bank Digital Currency. And even the SWIFT system, I think them complete and pilot program and them
Yep.
up push for it now with digital currency. Why? Because the current structure is failing. So they might use that and point out and say this is the reason why we need to switch over. That's gonna catch a lot of people, yo. Ultimately what it's gonna lead to the MOTB, that's the whole agenda. So we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. All the years we've been talking about the spirit, we've been talking about fractional reserve banking, what is fiat currency, the money gonna feel. See that now? It's gonna feel and then I gotta bail them out at one point. Cause these banks are basically they call it now middleman.
Mm-hmm.
But if the central bank gonna push for digital currency that they are gonna have them own wallet for and so forth, then there is no need for a central bank. There's no need for a mediator. And that's what ESA is doing away with. And there's gonna be a drastic shift. They're not gonna be in the middle class on a bank teller, black bank clerk or whatever. In
And
your
even bank managers.
bank manager is either rich or poor. That's why I push for what universal basic income.
Yep.
Call them see this current structure of failure that people losing them jobs. While these business gonna feel what's that Ecclesiastes 12, we can get that up. A bank of
Ecclesiastes.
business. Yeah. Bank of business. You employ a lot of people, don't put the janitor.
You say Ecclesiastes 12.
Yeah, can start that one.
All right, Ecclesiastes 12, verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not,
While
nor
the
the
evil is one.
nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
Yeah, so remember your creator before the evil days. Christ give a speak about the evil days where going on with sedition among men. And he tell you what are the two main reasons them going to do it because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. A part of the great tribulation, a part of this whole financial collapse, and people being excluded from access to the money. We think about man, them a bunny down. Think about it. If that such a major bank got collapsed in or is collapsing, not say fully collapsed, you see me? And we plan to bail it out. Um think about if that happened to something like Scotiabank or NCB. I think I saw a post that said over 200 companies have them payroll through that bank.
Mm-hmm.
Think about, let me see, let's say there's a two major thing that employ people in Jamaica. Tourism and call center, BPO.
Yeah.
Yeah. 200 of these companies in Jamaica can't push for them payroll because them bank the lockdown. I mean, so me can't get paid. And if you can't get paid, you can't pay your rent, you can't buy food. And don't say it can't happen, because it will. That's where it's leading to.
Yep. Or even the one that we talk about, oh, I'm gonna get my pay from the bank, tourists can't come over. You see me? Or if they come over, them can't go to the bank to draw them US or get them US to spend them US. It's the next hustle at point. So when you talk about, oh, I'm gonna deal with the bank, my money me look on straight, cash me deal with straight. Them themselves can't get cash for gear. What you gonna do?
When you get the cash from.
You can you say this?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Verse 2, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the
Yeah. So the keepers of the house shall tremble. Keepers go back to the house in these countries, are considered as houses, companies. And the keepers go back to your financial leaders. Like right in Jamaica, we have currently Nigel Clark. Them will see the financial outcome on the horizon and they might tremble. They might tremble now, they just not talk. The other day when the public sector was about to do a strike, you can hear in a big news voice about him almost a ball like a bitch. Because it never time for his society crash. And we start never time because it's rigged. You know? A
but
ball like so you can't this corner, no, I'm not gonna mash up Jamaica.
and for real, bro, I've been hearing a lot of people, even more women work in the government sector, and she say, yo, if your co-workers them a strike. You understand me? I know somebody else who work in the um what them call it? Where you go at that place today like you go
Our
across
ministry.
no man tax office. You
Mm.
see me? People at the tax office going on strike. I say them a protest. You see me? Teachers protesting. You see me? Because and these are public sector workers. You understand me? And they're striking because of what? Money them pay.
Yeah, shitty. Because the inflation, the currency, the money loses value. So in other words, prices of things are going up. So by default, them not expect them pay for increase, but it not increase to meet to the level of inflation will take place in the world. I'm not even want to say Jamaica, the world, it happen all over.
Yep.
Because this is the collapse. We are witnessing it right now. It's crumbling. The cookie are crumble.
Mm-hmm. All right, read over
I'll
what
say it
verse,
again tomorrow. Right, but yeah, go on.
verse 3. Read it over. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened.
Those who look to the future, they say, yo, no hope, no did it. And the scripture says, where there is no vision, the people perish.
Yep.
I have a lot of suicide, yo. Future dark. People look out to the window. Oh, go on. Oh, yeah, because them life said this too shall pass. And want to say, oh, just get worse and worse and worse.
Yep.
One bank collapse. Oh, that's just a bank. Then we maybe be, oh, two more bank collapse. Oh, three more bank collapse until one collapse with their money, them
Yep.
start facing. Can't pay rent. Can't buy food. Can't survive.
Yep. A quick precept on that. Psalm 62, verse 10. Trust not in oppression and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them.
That's right. They trust not in oppression. My scripture tells us that our people do. This whole system is suppressive. It built for suppress people. Keep you down. It built upon robbery. You work and you get paper. That's devaluing every day. That's theft. We have one as well. Let me see. Jeremiah. Yeah, this is Jeremiah 22, may I start at 13. It says, woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness, which these countries, I can say, and these banks, these rich, so-called rich people.
Mm-hmm.
It says, and his chambers by wrong, that useth his neighbor's service without wages. Right? And yeah, you want to get paid, but we don't get true pay.
Exactly.
Paper. And America is the whole Western hemisphere and a lot of even the East as well. If I look up the Industrial Revolution, the first Industrial Revolution, the main capital was slavery. So these cities were built on slavery, or labor without wages.
Yep.
So that's the system, by the fall is cursed, and it'll go down. It says, and give it him not for his work. You don't get none, work for none. And say, hand to mouth. So that say it, I will build me a wide house and large chambers, and cut it him out windows, and it is sealed with cedar, and painted with vermilion. Shall thou reign, because thou closest thyself in cedar? Did not thy father eat and drink, and do judgment and justice? And then it was well with him, which this really did with Israel. But Esau is devil himself, right? In basically do the whole of the wrong.
Yep.
Says he judged the cause of the poor and needy, then it was well with him. Was not this to know me, said the Lord? Right, which the point has been made, is if you build your house on unrighteousness, it's right tell you why the kingdom will be translated. Riches got by deceit. While he start pile up all of the gold in a vault all over the earth. And give paper for your wages. And right now you have cash for gold. Paper for gold.
Yeah.
Sell the resource and we'll give paper. And then we'll devalue the paper too.
Exactly. Isn't it? Because the thing is, we're in modern day slavery now. We keep telling people, and people still believe, say, yo, no, I'm free. My foreparents fight for food freedom, so free. No, bro. You see me? The mere fact that back then in slavery, them used to get taken care of on the plantation. You see me? Them work, you get me? And the master would provide shelter, master would provide food, master would provide everything for them, you get me? Even though the shelter and all that was shit, you see me? But master did still give them the basic needs to come back from plantation and work. No, you see me? When them say, oh, you're not free, you know, go about to the business. You see me? But come and work for a wage. The wage was so low, it was just enough to barely get by. Barely get by. And you had to go back on plantation and continually work to earn that wage so that you can barely get by. That is
Just ask yourself, what if you didn't get paid for 2 months? Where will you be? Can't pay your rent. Can't pay your bills. When you're independent, you have to go work till the whole and drop down.
Yeah.
I think in France, them are raised the retirement age. I think them do that in Jamaica, no. But they're trying to raise the retirement age. I think they want to push it to 2 years more. People are born in France. So what you do? You mad? Right, because them want you walk until they're dead.
Yep. Yeah, that's the thing. And own nothing. That's the main point. Own nothing. People think say them own house. Them have house and land and car. That's still nothing, yo. You see me? When they look upon it, was society built off the backs of slave and still functions on the backs of slavery, yo. You understand me? And that's the society we live in. Where if you don't work, you don't get paid. You understand me? And you're expected to own nothing because them tell you if they say yeah, go through certain system or go through certain criteria to gain certain good things, to own certain good things, them clamp down upon you and say, who's you? Where you come from? You understand me? But then if you work 7 years, you get enough riches to go off on your own and work. Not even work, go off on your own and build. Have your own property, have your own cattle, You see me? One set of kettles, all of that. You have wealth building. In today's society, you work for the whole of your life and not own nothing.
All right, so we'll just look this up real quick. This is from Investopedia. Ask yourself, what happens when a bank fails with a home mortgage? So let's say a lot of these people, claim to them have a mortgage, you see me, which in Jamaica, you basically a couple of years paid, maybe about 40, like even in HT, basically give like a roughly 40 years paid. So you start work when you're 20, then when you're 60, and if you look, you don't pay for it, right?
Which don't make sense.
Scripture you work for 7 years. No fuck.
Exactly.
It says, and that's referring to Israelite, right? But it says key takeaways: if your mortgage lender goes bankrupt, you do still need to pay your mortgage obligation. As a result of bankruptcy, the mortgage lender's assets, including your mortgage, which go back to your house,
Mm-hmm.
packed together with other loans and sold to another lender or service company, the one who do the bailout. And the scripture say what? The borrower is a servant to the lender. So if I look up the bank of fail in America right now, them a pre-bailout. In other words, them go buy the debt. Pay for the problem the way here. And now guess what? We own the assets. So don't worry about me have a million, me a couple of $1 million more in the bank collapse. Oh, me get away, hell no. That's how you go. But if your deposits are in the bank, only a percentage is insured.
Exactly. And out
So
here
in
in
other words,
Jamaica,
people get fucked either way.
yep, in Jamaica is 1.2 million. So Bolt way, with even Bolt, look on Bolt. You see in Bolt, the fastest man in the world, have almost 2 billion Jamaican dollars. When you work it out, almost 12 million or 13 million them same have in our financial institution. Cause them say I know I'm bank, it's a financial institution. And I look, they rob him. They rob him right in front of him face. You see me? And what them say, boy, it's sticky female and him a go through lawyer for lawyer bad up the financial institution for paying back. You get me? Because they know he can't get back the money because guess what? Only 1.2 million Jamaican dollars is insured. And that's roughly 10,000 or a little over 10,000 US.
Less than 10,000, bro.
See there? Less than 10,000 US. You understand me? So when you look, them take away everything from him and he has nothing. You see me? Well, then say him not poor, that's not all that money, but come on, when you look at it, that's it, yo. When people tell
A
you,
big
say,
loss.
hmm?
It's a big loss.
Yeah, because when people tell us, say, yo, him use the youthful days I'm life for run and make that money. You see me? Make a name for himself and build up himself. Look where him there
And
now.
we're dressed.
Exactly. You see me? This is Matthew. Did you finish that, bro?
Yeah, yeah.
This is Matthew 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourself treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal.
In other words, we ease and take away your money. White man, a cracker.
Because if you don't know, them still run Jamaica same way. The elites, them and the upper echelons of the society in Jamaica here are still crackers.
I'm at a
Because when I'm show you the pictures of the same man them who own the financial institution, that's some crackers.
the
Yes,
one means who own allegedly who own NCB.
crackers.
Who own Scotia. Oh, it's not from Jamaica. Go
It's a
figure.
yeah, it's a Canadian bank. A lot of people don't know this. It's actually a Canadian bank. You see me? You have a place in Canada called I think Scotia Square or something like so.
Nova Scotia. That's yeah.
Yeah, you see me? So it's actually a overseas bank. When you look up Sagicor Bank, it's actually an overseas bank. You have an ex bank out here in a New Kingston, some another global or whatever with one lion on it. All of these
And
banks.
First Global.
I think it's First Global or one of them. You see me? But just to show you, these banks are not Jamaican banks. NCB, I doubt NCB is a Jamaican bank. You see me?
Yeah, you can say it's not really Jamaican, but the main shareholders, them and so forth, headed by crackers. Leach, you know what I mean one, but
See there?
Leach, Jake, well, maybe a Jake.
And
And
then
got
you have
reason.
and then you have Jane. Jane, I think the only one them say yo is a Jamaican bank, Jamaica National Bank. You see me? That's the only one I think that's actually a Jamaican bank, and it not even make sense. All these other banks or institutions are do way better, especially when you look at the stock market. They're holding way more. You see me? A prime example, NCB. NCB is going. I think NCB is one of the best running on the stock market, bro. No, so
Well, yeah, because sitting on the pony, Scotia on the pony.
see them, and them are the better than Jane.
Um, Other companies like banks like CIBC or like First Caribbean, you know,
Mhm.
them not sharing it that much. But yeah, NCB the last time I checked did that 100 and something per stock. It's $1 billion company. It's the biggest bank keeping them mistaken in Jamaica.
See them. You see me? So this is Matthew 20. This is Matthew 6, verse 20. But lay up yourself treasures in heaven, where moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and steal. Because guess what? Esau can take as much as he want physically, but spiritually, Esau can touch a spirit. Esau, I doubt Esau was spiritual backbone name. You understand me? So this
Yeah,
is
just to solidify what the state, this is from Wikipedia. It says
Mhm.
NT Financial Group Limited is the parent company of the National Commercial Bank of Jamaica, the largest and most profitable financial institution in Jamaica.
see there?
As you always say, financial institution. You just cover everything.
Exactly. So that I tell you say it's not really a bank. But it falls under financial institution, it handles your money. But it's not necessarily considered as a bank. You see me? Because them do everything else. Them dabbling at every little thing else. You understand me? And these are the things where I tell you say, yo, Esau run everything. Whether you see it or you not see it, whether you don't know about it, but Esau run it. And your money is being used for whatever he wants, and you are just here to make enough to go back to work. You understand me? Hence why when you see it a collapse, when you see your own bank I tell you, say, yo, look, we can't do this anymore. We don't accept these anymore. Right now, Nigel Clark I look for release the new banknotes them. Everybody up at top excited for this. You understand me? I think our Ghana bro or Nigeria, but them release a new banknote them and not enough going in circulation.
Nigeria.
See them? Nigeria. Not enough going in circulation. And people are going in a frenzy. They're in rioting, yo. Because they're saying, yo, look, we don't have these banknotes to spend. And you're telling us these are the only way of spending money. You see me? We do not accept the old banknote, but the new banknote them are not enough. So if we do trade with the money, you see me, buy and sell with it, we can't do it. So a lot of people are in a frenzy because of this. You see me? And that's where Jamaica is going. If you believe say it's otherwise, best believe me, you're gonna see it for yourself. You see me? As I would say, money fails before your eyes. You're going to see your financial institution fail before you, yo.
Hmm. This is Luke chapter uh, 21 and verse 25. It says, "And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken." So troubles, your wars,
Yeah.
and one of the big one of the war financial wars. is more rock everybody. Everybody get affected. Even the middle class right now, because them plan to get rid of them.
Yep.
You see me? It's gonna be
And
rich and poor.
when them do that, what that gonna lead to? It's a domino effect. You get rid of the money, get rid of the current financial system. You know, look, boom, famine.
Chip. You want part of our new society? Take the chip. I'll find out if it's a potato chip in those days.
Yep. And he causeth all. It's that for a reason. You see me? Because you don't have any way of escaping or getting around it. You have to go with the go along. You see me? And a lot of societies are realizing this. You see me? Once the government say, "Yo, this is no longer in effect. This is no longer being used," you have to go with it. And when they bring out these new things and people run to it, them cause problems. What the problem we see here in Jamaica is me, the bricks truck them and get robbed. The bank, the ATMs are being broken into and being taken away. So we can to solve this because criminals are at its highest. Isn't me? Oh, make it digital. Sounds fair enough. We all agree. We all agree. Boom. You see me? Opportunities where them never see before. Even Andrew only said back in 2020, you never let a good crisis go to waste. You see me? The man I sing the same song with the elites them are singing because it's one agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Say that for my end, bro. You have anything else?
You can call it that, yes.
All right. So with that, we hope this lesson was edifying. We want to say, Kal Halalimlah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the elect, the hopeful burials, the elect.
Shalom.